everybody, it's me, TORNADE, and welcome back to our Nancy Drew Let's Play of Danger by Design. Last episode we left it off where we were making some cookies for JJ because she didn't want to go into work. So let's get right on into this, you guys. So we just bought some fresh mint and a substitution book, so hopefully we can make some was it brown sugar? Hello? Let's try this again. Yes. Ah! There we go. Okay. I think it's funny how she's like, before I go in,
First thing I should do is get out that mint and chop it up.
But it probably is
I'll
taking her like the same amount of time that it took us to get the mint and to get this book.
Brown sugar.
Half a cup of brown sugar is equal to 1/2 cup of sugar. I spelled sugar wrong. And 1 teaspoon of molasses. I spelled that way wrong, but we shall work with it. Where's her molasses?
What are books doing in here?
And
What in the world is JJ doing with books on electrical engineering? Here's some molasses.
Okay.
There, I'm ready to start cooking.
Okay, so we need 3 cubes of butter. 2, 3. 1 cup of white sugar. A 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, so we need a 1/2 cup of sugar and 1 teaspoon of molasses. 3 eggs. Um, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And how much? 1/4. One-half teaspoon baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1 fresh mint sprig finely chopped, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Just double checking.
Must be the mint that makes their edges turn up like that. I'll just cool the cookies off on this rack and I'll be all done.
There she is.
Hello?
Well, are they done?
They sure are.
Describe them.
Describe them?
Describe them. I've made them before, so I'll know you're lying if you fail to mention the one thing that makes them different from other cookies.
Well, their edges curl upwards.
Bingo! Nice going. Because of you, Minnette is about to become a very happy camper.
Yay!
Been there, been check.
Okay, so check my desk for new assignments. Just a lot of like different running around right now, not really anything for the mystery we're supposed to be solving, like who's sending Minnette these threats.
Minnette's House of Design.
I need to speak to Minnette.
I'm sorry, but she's unavailable.
Just get her on the phone.
She is unavailable.
Get her on the phone now.
Who is this?
Creepy.
Are you going to connect me with Minnette or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
That was creepy, but I really wanted to be assertive there. Be like, no. Nancy, please go to the
A
square.
stuffed parrot?
I do it myself a minute. Just gave me a ton of errands to run. Okay. I don't know if I'll have enough for a stuffed parrot. But I will go. Which one of you has a stuffed parrot?
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Welcome back. What do you like?
Not you.
Guess I'm just not in a buying mood.
When you want to look again, just come back.
I will. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Boo. Why can't I
That
go?
looks like Dieter. Wonder what he's doing. Hey, Dieter! Hi! No, wait! Dieter! Dieter! What did he run away for? That was weird. Looks like he left something on the bench. These must have fallen out of his pocket. Noisette Tornade. That's the woman who that historian was calling about. Why would Dieter be carrying this around?
Noisette Tornade, 5, who served a Paris Director of Public Works for more than 2 decades, died peacefully in her sleep last Monday evening. A gifted linguist, she spoke fluent English, French, German, and Italian. By the time she was 16, during World War II, she worked for the occupation as a translator and consequently was charged with collaboration when the war ended in 1945. During her trial, it was revealed that she had secretly been working as a coder for the French resistance as well. She was acquitted and worked as a translator for the city of Paris until she became the Director of Public Works in 1973. During her tenure, which lasted until 1995, Miss Tornade paid particular attention to the maintenance and beautification of the city's public parks. She personally oversaw the creation and placement of the monuments that stand today in the square du Vergala Park. Her admitted favorite. Miss Tornade never married and left no survivors. Okay.
Bonjour.
You have
What
the
intrigue,
stuffed
mademoiselle,
parrot.
this time?
Well, let's see. Is this parrot very expensive?
The price is very reasonable. 20 euro.
I'm willing to pay 15 euros for it.
Vendu. What else
Okay.
tickles the fancy?
Nothing
I really don't want to
right
buy
now.
anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
So we now have those. Ask Dieter about the obituary, head to the flea market.
Still need to do that.
Oh, and
Check.
give it to Heather. We have not given it to Heather yet. Well, since we're near Dieter's place, we're gonna go there first, because I feel like it's just that one.
Sounds like someone's in the dark room.
Well, let's look around.
Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Are you in there?
Who's there?
Nancy Drew. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
I'm very busy. You'll have to come back.
I just wondered what you were doing in Square du Vert-Galant Park.
I was just taking a walk.
You dropped an obituary about Noisette Tornade. Shall I leave it for you?
There's no need. I don't want it.
Why were you carrying it around?
Because I was going to send it to my grandmother. I thought she knew the woman. Turns out she didn't.
You also dropped some kind of trinket. Looks like a miniature clock.
That's something my great-uncle Hans gave me. It's actually a key. It opens the panel over there to the right of the bookshelf. He lived here during the war. The place has been in the family ever since.
What's behind the panel?
Go ahead and see for yourself. Just be prepared to go a little cuckoo.
What? Okay. Oh, that panel?
What's up with this?
Do I need them all to be 12? That one won't move, so I need them all to be 3. Oops. So I need to get it done in a certain amount of time. Yikes. I did it.
Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Believe it or not, that key your uncle gave you opened up some kind of passageway. Is it okay if I see where it goes?
A passageway? He never said anything about a passageway. Go ahead and explore it all you want. Just be careful. This building is very old.
Glad I'm not a fly.
That's a creepy spider.
I wonder what that symbol means. The year when our despair ended. The year when my despair began.
1945? Yeah!
Looks like some kind of code.
That's
Wonder
something
what that thing is.
that they
Those
had.
dials remind me of the stone discs in Minnette's studio. The ones she got paint all over.
Oh. Dear Noisette, we thank you for your bravery and dedication for working with the Resistance. Please know that this work is extremely dangerous and under no circumstance should you ever reveal information or contacts you have learned about. We will provide further instructions on the M380 machine, a wonderful contraption we like to call our dear old friend. I'm sure 380 will soon become your share me the more you use it. Essentially, 380 allows for encoding and decoding of messages. There are some tips. You must set the 3 dials in the correct position before decoding or encoding a message. Then just type the message. If you ever enter an incorrect key during decoding, the machine may reset. Also, be sure the dials are set correctly. If not, the message will be encoded or decoded correctly, or the machine may reset. Never use the enter or return key. That will reset the whole machine. If a message is broken up, just ignore the break lines. Ignore any punctuation or spaces in an encoded message. A circle with a slash through it is a 0. Rachel and I will soon be in Paris and hope to meet you. I'm quite intrigued by your metro system of transportation and have been thinking about how to use the numbered lines and names of metro stops for a code. And thank you for your advice on using date shift ciphers. I never thought about using other numbers besides just dates. One could use the number of a house address like 1216 Sunnyside Drive, the population of a town, the ID number of a favorite friend, etc. Try it out. Use the Dewey Decimal number of my favorite book, 109 Russ, to decode the following message. We often use the cross of Lorraine as our symbol. Joan of Arc used it, you know. Interesting.
Now what?
You have to get them out of there!
Who? What happened?
This little box came from me, and when I opened it, all these bugs came pouring out. They're all over the place in there. You have to get them out before they lay eggs or something.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Just go in there and put them back in the box they came in. Carefully. Don't kill any of them. Nothing good ever comes from killing things.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll get them out of there for you.
Bless you.
Yuck. That must be the box they came in.
Grab it. Did I get it? I didn't get it. Eh. Haha. They're like little crickets.
Gotcha.
Sheesh. It's like going like this and clicking a lot.
Fonts. Somehow I don't see Minnette getting real excited about fonts.
Okay. I did just see one come on. Like this.
This fabric is so strange. It's soft and metallic all at the same time. Playtime's over, little guy. Or girl.
You have to like switch up the direction you're going. Got 4 out of 9. Okay, 3 more. Two more.
Shoot, I missed.
I told you this lady when she called that you were too busy to respond, but she persisted.
Dear Miss Minnette, the books on the women of the French resistance, exploits of Noisette Tornade, because she owned the windmill which you now own. This is from that historian who called before. Maybe she can help me figure out why Dieter was carrying that obituary around.
I hope her number goes into my thing so I don't have to write it down. Okay, back the other direction. I keep missing that one. Get her! Ugh. No, I was trying to see how many bugs. I still need 2 more. I know where 1 is. La 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 la, around in the circles. No! I wonder where the other one is though.
Here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. I wonder if the symbols on these discs have something to do with the dials on the M380 decoder that Noisette Tornade used.
Need to clean them up.
Hey!
I didn't mean to go
Minnette,
out.
open the door!
No, I'm not letting you out until you catch all the bugs.
I know where 1 is. I don't know where.
Say goodnight,
Ugh,
Gracie.
thank goodness. I don't know where the last one is. I feel like I've looked at everything I can look at. Like all the different areas I can go.
already made Minnette her tea.
Yeah, where's this last bug? There it is.
There, that has got to be the last bug. You can open the door now, Minnette.
Did you get all of the bugs?
Yes.
Minnette.
How many are there?
I don't know, 9?
Are they all alive?
Yes, Minnette.
Are you sure you didn't kill any?
Positive.
And they're all in the box?
Yes.
Okay, listen. I want you to take that box to the park and let those things go. Only I don't want to be here when you come out. Probably the only thing those twisted little vermin are thinking about right now is revenge.
Minnette, they're cockroaches.
Oh, they're cockroaches.
Exactly!
Gross.
So I want you to count to 10, and then, and only then, are you to come out of there, all right?
Anything you say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What a nut job.
Let's go get rid of these bugs. Bleh.
Okay, guys, end of the line. You are out of here.
Gross. Okay, so I do need this.
Bonjour. What intrigues mademoiselle this time?
Well, let's see. That looks just like the picture that was in Noisette's code book. How much is this?
I have been told that it is probably a decoder used by those who resisted the German occupation of World War II.
Really? How much do you want for it?
Nothing, it is not for sale. It is a piece of history. I have it only as an eye-catcher.
But you're a businessman. You must be willing to part with it for something.
I will trade you one piece of history for another. You give me a bottle of Mouton Fouetté 1968, and I give you the decoder.
Deal. What's Mouton Fouetté?
Mouton Fouetté 1968 is a very rare beverage that is usually stored underground. Unfortunately, finding an intact bottle has become next to impossible. But if you want the decoder, the impossible is what you must do. So, get me a bottle of Mouton Fouetté 1968. I will accept nothing less. In the meantime, what else tickles the fancy?
Maybe the common codes
What's
and
this book about?
deciphers.
That is a very good book about codes which are commonly used. It is a mere 15 euro.
Make that 11 euros and we have a deal.
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
And then I just want to see what this other lady has.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. You are wise to return. I have many new things.
Nothing right
you
now.
see?
Yes, you do. Actually, I'm not interested in buying anything right now.
Then you will just have to come back.
I might just do that. Bye.
Au revoir.
I wonder if you get like a prize for buying everything the vendors have. Okay. What's our journal say? Okay. Call zoo. Oh, okay. Keep an eye out for the machine that's pictured in the book.
Oops. Check. Been there. Still need to do that.
See what, if anything, that grid I found in the tunnel off Dieter's studio is good for.
That's finished. That's finished. Been there, done that. Can't check that. Been there, done that. That's finished.
So it looks like I need
Oops,
to call
haven't
a few
done
people.
that.
Oh, I didn't give the stuffed parrot to Heather. So we'll go up here, give the stuffed parrot to Heather, and call a few people, I think.
Did you get the stuffed parrot?
Here you go. What's it for, anyway?
It's a Minnette thing. You wouldn't understand. No one would.
I'll let you get back to work.
Allez, bye-bye.
Okay. Not the phone. So I need to call. That number did not save here. Did I keep that paper? Yeah. 55955568838. I wonder if I type in my zippy code, then that will come up. One 93013. Yep. 15595556838.
Modern European History, Lynn Manrique.
Hello, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Paris. Actually, I talked to you earlier when you tried to call Minnette.
She's finally calling me back? Wonderful. Please, put her on.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid she's still too busy to talk to you.
Oh,
But if you don't mind, could I ask you a couple of questions about Noisette Tornade?
certainly.
How long did she live in the Moulin, where Minnette now has her studio?
She lived there for 55 years, from 1949 to 2004. She sold it when she moved to Provence, which is where she passed away. She never married, you know. Very private person. She served as Paris's director of public works for more than 20 years, yet not one person has been able to tell me what her favorite color was.
What did she do during the war?
From 1942 until the liberation of Paris, Noisette worked as a translator for the Germans by day and an encoder for the French resistance by night. This, as you might imagine, made everyone suspicious of her, both French and Germans alike. And after the war, things got ugly. Especially when people found out she was romantically involved with a German soldier. His name was Hans von Schwesterkrank.
You're kidding me. What happened to him?
Hans left Paris right after the war and never returned, leaving Noisette to fend for herself. She was tried as a collaborator in 1946 and acquitted, but the experience left her quite bitter. You see, some people said that during the war she took various pieces of artwork, mostly from churches, and stashed them away somewhere so they wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
That sounds pretty heroic to me.
Well, some people said she stole them for herself. And unfortunately, the artwork remains lost to this day. No one knows exactly what Noisette took, or if indeed she took anything. In any case, Noisette was terribly hurt that the city she loved had turned on her like that. After her trial, she told the press that the truth of what she'd done during the war resided in her and in the person and place she loved the most. And that was that. She never spoke of her wartime activities again. I assume that the person she was referring to was Hans von Schwesterkrank, who passed away a year or two ago, and that the place was her beloved Moulin, which is why I'm hoping Minnette will allow me to visit it. Now, I've got a question for you. In the hours before she died, Noisette was said to have constantly muttered 3 words. Red, left, green. Is there anything inside the Moulin that has to do with red, left, green? Anything at all?
No, but I'll keep that in mind and let you know if I see something.
I'd appreciate it. Any other questions?
What was the French resistance?
That was the name given to the various groups of men and women who did their best to undermine Germany's military occupation of France during World War II. Some would engage in strikes and sabotage, while others would collect and pass intelligence along to the Allies. Needless to say, their operations were highly covert and very dangerous.
What else can you tell me about the German occupation of Paris?
The German army entered Paris on June 14th, 1940, and after France formally surrendered on June 22nd, the Germans controlled the city. They took whatever they wanted: food, supplies, houses, artwork, and dictated how Parisians were to live their lives. Naturally, their presence was deeply resented. Some people ignored the situation as best they could. Some collaborated with the Germans, while others, like those in the resistance, fought back until the city was finally liberated on August 25th, 1944.
After the war, when she was the director of public works, what kind of things did Noisette do?
She oversaw many of the services which the citizens of Paris enjoyed every day. Streets, bridges, parks, their maintenance all came under Noisette's purview. She particularly enjoyed putting various forms of art on permanent display in various public places, especially parks.
What's the story behind the Cross of Lorraine?
The vertical bar crossed by two horizontal bars is an emblem that was first used by Joan of Arc, as well as the Dukes of Lorraine in the 15th century. But during and after World War II, it became a symbol of the French resistance. Nowadays, it's not unusual to see it on statues or monuments commemorating the period in French history from 1940 to 1945.
What did you mean when you said Noisette was tried as a collaborator?
Collaborators were French citizens who not only failed to resist the occupation, but actually helped the Germans keep it going. Because Noisette had worked for the Germans as a translator and had a German boyfriend, after the war, many of her countrymen automatically accused her of collaboration. When it was revealed that she had been a member of the resistance, instead of exonerating her, that just made some people think she'd been spying for the Germans too. As I said before, it was an ugly time, one which poor Noisette spent the rest of her life trying to forget.
Do you know anything about the M380 decoder?
It's a machine that the resistance is said to have used to encode and decode their messages during the war. To decode a message, the dials on it had to be in the same position as they were when the message was encoded. The famous Enigma machine operated in much the same way.
Do you think Noisette ever used the M380?
I would stake my reputation on it.
What is the Enigma machine?
The Enigma machine is what the Germans used to encipher and decipher their secret messages during World War II. Allied codebreakers were finally able to figure out how the machine worked, and as a result, some say the war ended 2 years sooner than it would have otherwise.
I really appreciate your help.
Call back anytime.
Okay, so that's all the time that we have for today. So we will call the other guy in our next episode. But this mystery's starting to go. Not only are we trying to figure out who is threatening Minnette, we are also trying to figure out like this NOISETTE mystery as well. So maybe it has nothing to do with Minnette, but with her windmill. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Have courage and be kind, and we shall see you all next time. Bye!